Hi everybody, welcome to take 3 or something. Feel as if this whole vlog craze is probably over, but I've got something to say anyhow. This could just be a scrap post. This is quicker. No, it's not quicker. It's more convenient even. So I've been hard at work with my new alt in Gyndarios, whatever. Today I'm Gyndarios quick hand. I was going to discuss his pronunciation video and whatnot, but it's going to be really hard for me to break the habit, because I was calling it Celeris man, let's go Celeris man, let's chop chips some nights, yeah, that really does matter. Okay, anyways, yes, Gyndarios quick hand. Half Iser, half human. Raised like an Iser as much as an Iser mother possibly can in a human setting. I mean, Nizardan is the one true king, Consultros is like Jesus, etc, etc. I even included the fitness stuff that I found goes along with the Iser lifestyle. Gyndarios couldn't have ever been as good as an Iser child, with the weights and whatnot, and the weighted toys and the punching things to death, and they probably don't punch things to death. But he still tried. So that was all character sheet stuff. What I want to talk about is how much the first couple of posts with a character really matter. When you actually sit down and have to be them, it's just different. It is. The character changes just a bit. Sometimes just a wee wiggle, sometimes just so much change. I wrote a post just before my dinner, and it started off with how Gyndarios loved the Voltairean celebration at the end of the year. He likes how it unites all the races, blah 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 blah. But I suddenly decided that maybe his mother, Gyndarios, would tell him the story of the Iser every New Year. I thought that was a nice touch. I mean, the Voltaireans are a pretty important part of most cultures. With the Iser, you get Azure, the city being destroyed, King Sultros leading the remains of the people, some feuding, distress, the whole lives have been they're up in smoke, they're gone, they're destroyed. So, and this king rises up and goes, "Hey, follow me, guys. I know some mountains we can chill out in." And everyone's like, "You're the man, we love you, you're the man." So anyways, I mean, the guys like Abraham or Moses or Jesus or something like that. He's comparable to a lot of good, strong characters out there, not characters, saints and whatnot. Like, so he's pretty high up in the Iser thing. The Iser love that guy. Now, so I had to look into all that just to get some details right, and I'm like look at the Iser page and whatnot, and I realised I never read what happened to the good king. So I clicked on he's got his own wee King Sultros page, so I clicked on that and I was like, oh, he died. Well, I was mildly expecting that, but sometimes it means you're gonna run into a weird thing like a king who lived forever or ascended right in the middle of these people or something. I don't know. Not only did he die, but his death day celebrated as Day of the King. Now I was just thinking there's no way Quincy wouldn't celebrate this holiday, Day of the King. I mean, the guy led them from perdition or whatever. Like it's like Day of the King, important. So I was reading about the holiday, right, and it says that a lot of Iser like to make things in honour King Sultros. Just he's the man and whatnot. Iser craft stuff all the time because they have a knack for crafting and whatnot, and they craft things for people or for their god or for King Sultros on Day of the King. Really just that I worked this really hard at this thing to show how much I respect and adore you and love you and whatnot. Now at the very start of Gyndarios and whatnot, I decided, damn, ain't no way, this is like pausing and whatnot. I'm not quite sure if this is actually looking. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video. Okay, doesn't matter. Right. So crafting or whatnot, I decided right at the start, Gyndarios crafting. He's not gonna be that typical kind of ISO. He's a mixed blood. He's got too much sort of human in him. He's not gonna have that absolute knack. Why is it doing that? Blah 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 blah. Sorry. He's not gonna have that absolute knack for craftsmanship. He's not undecided that. That's it. I suddenly had this sort of idea of him as a kid, right? As a kid, right? His mum goes, "Oh, it's Day of the King, blah blah blah. You should make something," and he's like, "Alright," and he makes this tiny wee thing or whatever, and it's shoddy craftsmanship, whatever. It's not really very good, but he's only like a wee kid, so his mum goes, "Oh, that's cute," and it's so great. And then next year he makes something, and it's not much better, and she's like, "Well, he's sort of just a kid." But as the years pile up, I mean, his craftsmanship doesn't get that much better, and then doesn't get that much better. So, and this creates like a rift between mother and son, you know, because I did think character sheet wise that they were gonna have a falling out, but like there were other reasons as well that they were gonna have a falling out. But suddenly I've got this really clear idea of how they fell out and like how that rift sort of this one holiday is like so important in this rift, and I never realised it could fit in here and do all this thing I'd never even heard about. So I've got this. So now, just because I was writing a post and it just sort of spitballed from there, I have this conceived notion. It's a million times stronger than what's my theory. It just says, "Oh, him and his mum fell out. You know, she didn't like his. She never took to crafting like other things did." But in my mind, I've got this conceived notion of how this bond was torn. Do you know what I mean? Now here, now there was a wee bit where Gideon stayed in a tavern and all that for a wee while, and so I had to split with his mum. But like, they got back together. What they didn't get back together, like his granddad, his human gran, and that brought them back together. But now he's away off to Silveras to find his dad. So here we've got Gyndarios, right? And that was the beginning of the post was all about that. It was all about his mum, and it was first about the Voltarian, and then Day of the King, and then him and his mum grew apart during Day of the King. And that explains why he's in a bar. Gyndarios is sitting in a bar on basically like New Year's Eve for them. What we call New Year's Eve is that day for them. Everybody around him is drinking and making merry, and he's just depressed, ordering drink after drink. Yeah, he made up with his mum a bit, but he's left her in Zeltiva to go find his father. He's got Day of the King tomorrow, and the only person to judge his creation is the hardest judge a man can find, like themselves. Like he would probably judge whatever he makes worse than his mum would, because he knows that's important now. It's important to him. On top of that, he came all this way over to Silveras, right? And don't say Silveras and Zeltiva are far away, okay? Are close together, okay? They're not that close. People be running all about Silveras and whatnot, and that's just, I don't think that's quite accepted. I don't think that's quite like, it's not quite as easy as some people make it out to be. You got to go all the way to Zeltiva, from Zeltiva to Silveras to find his dad, and you can't find him. Like, the inns and boarding establishments are all shrugging their shoulders and going, "Oh, we've never met him." He's going in shops and going, "Oh, we've never seen this dude or whatever in our lives." And there's so many houses in Silveras that you can't just like knock on every door being like, "Hi, are you my dad?" Why, dad it up, mate. So he's got nothing to celebrate about, and that's it. Like, what I created, what Gyndarios is and was like a headstrong, rash, noble warrior type. And now what I've got, not all the time, man, just on these holidays and whatnot, is just another miserable drunk at New Year's. Like, I just want the character, like a slightly, not unique, but certainly less cut and dry squire character. And what I have now is something that's almost living. I don't know if he's almost living. He's got, like, my idea, right? What I wrote about Gyndarios, when I wrote his character sheet, that was just a history, that was just words. But see now, from sitting down and making this one post, I have got such a strongly preconceived notion of Gyndarios' history, million times, 1,000,000,000 times better, pardon me, than I ever could have written it. How fantastic is that? I don't know if I've made a point or made any point, never mind whatever point I was going to make. But I just really admired you, and I may not mean anything to you. You might not even understand what I'm trying to say, or even what I said, because my voice can be a bit and my accent's a bit, oh hi mate. No, but that was a mixture between Ned and Scots, that was weird. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Right. See? That was like a gun smell.